Oh my god, this is simply unbelievable. In order to ensure that everyone in Pakistan can live in spacious and comfortable homes, this brick factory in Pakistan has developed a high-performance cost-effective brick production machine. The smart brick-making machine in front of us was specifically designed and built by the factory owner to improve brick production efficiency. To test its overall processing performance, workers load the brick machine onto a truck and transport it to the brick production site. The fresh well-mixed clay in front of us is an excellent raw material for making bricks. Since this batch of clay weighs about a ton, it's impossible to move it manually, so using a loader to transport it becomes very important. This way the loader can quickly move the clay to the processing area. The power source for this smart brick-making machine mainly comes from the tractor's drive shaft. The drive shaft powers two screws inside the machine, which press and stir the clay to produce a more uniform and refined raw material. This process still requires workers to manually load the clay, but since large chunks of clay easily get stuck at the feeding mouth, workers use their feet to push the clay into the feeding port. Although this process is very dangerous and absolutely no mistakes are allowed, the workers are still full of energy and enthusiasm. Soon the clay will be smoothly squeezed out of the machine's other end. It's then cut to the desired length by a rotating steel wire. Next, a conveyor belt moves the clay to the cutting table. Here workers press the clay against the pushing plate, then pull the lever to force the clay forward. This way the taut steel wire on the table will quickly cut the clay into uniformly sized brick blanks. At the same time, the manufacturer's logo is stamped onto the brick blanks to attract more customers to buy these bricks. With the mechanized production process, the production efficiency is greatly improved. In less than 2 seconds 5 brick blanks can be produced. According to the owner, with just this one brick machine and 6 workers, the factory can produce a staggering 3 million bricks per month. Next, the completed brick blanks are placed on a cart and transported to the drying area, where they are left to dry for 2.5 days. During this time, the bricks need to be stacked alternately to speed up the evaporation of moisture inside them. This business is heavily dependent on the weather in the local area. On sunny days, production efficiency increases, but on rainy days the opposite happens. Once the brick blanks are dried, they are sent to the kiln for firing. However, since coal is relatively expensive, low-cost sawdust is used as the ideal fuel for firing the bricks. At the same time, 7 or 8 workers are assigned to supervise the feeding and firing process. After a full day of high-temperature heating, the brick blanks are fired into high-quality red bricks. Next, they are transported onto trucks and sold to local construction sites for residential buildings. Since no loans are needed for building homes in the area, transactions are made with a cash-on-delivery basis. This business model has allowed the brick factory owner to become one of the local rich. After seeing the entire process, what do you think of these bricks?